The forest at night is a strange place. The trees don't sway so much as they lean, as if they're listening. The air gets heavier the deeper you go, and every step feels like someone's following just out of sight. Mr. Nightmare and I had been talking for weeks about this camping trip. For me, it was about adventure. For him, maybe it was something else. A way to test my courage. I always saw him as the big brother I never had. Someone who had seen more darkness than most people could handle. But that night he saw too much. And I almost didn't make it out. If you're hearing this, you've wandered into our forest. The air is cold, the trees are watching, and something is following. Stay close, subscribe, and you might just make it out alive. Now, let's go back to the night it all began. You sure about this spot? He said.
Yeah, far enough from the trail that no one bothers us, but close enough that if something happens, we can make a run for it.
He gave a small smirk, but there was something in his eyes, like he wasn't entirely joking. We pitched the tent, started a small fire, and sat under a blackening sky, listening to the hiss and crackle of the flames. Crickets chirped in a steady rhythm, but every now and then, they'd stop. That's when I'd feel it, and the pressure in the air, like the forest was holding its breath. Why do they stop like that?
Don't stare too long. If it knows you've seen it, it gets bolder.
I laughed nervously, but my voice cracked. You're just messing with me. He didn't respond. He just kept staring into the fire. Hours passed. The fire died down to glowing embers. I must have dozed off in my camping chair because when I woke, it was completely silent. No wind, no insects, just stillness. Then came the sound. Soft at first, like fabric sliding across bark. Then heavier, footsteps. Slow, deliberate, circling the tent. Something's out there, he said.
Stay quiet. Don't unzip the tent.
The sound moved to the left, then right, then stopped completely. We waited. My heart pounded so hard, I was afraid whatever was outside could hear it. Then, a voice. But it wasn't coming from Nightmare. It wasn't even human. It dragged my name like it was tasting it. Every hair on my arms stood up. Nightmare. What the hell was that? He was already reaching for the hatchet he kept by his bag. He said,
It's not here to talk. If it says your name, it means it wants you.
The voice came again, closer.
Shadow, come see me.
I felt something pulling at my thoughts, like my own curiosity was betraying me. My hand twitched towards the tent zipper. I didn't want to go outside, but something inside me did.
Hey, look at me. Don't listen to it.
His voice cut through the haze in my mind, snapping me back. That's when the zipper started moving on its own. I froze. Nightmare lunged, slapping his hand over it and forcing it closed. From outside came a scraping, like nails dragging down the nylon wall. Then, the tent started to sink inward, as if something was pressing its face right up against it. I could see the faint outline. A long, featureless head, too tall to be human. Then Nightmare said,
On my count, we run to the fire, okay?
Run? Toward it?
No, through it.
He yanked the zipper open and shoved me forward. The cold night air hit me like a slap, and I stumbled straight into the clearing. But there was nothing there. We scrambled to the fire pit. Nightmare threw what was left of the lighter fluid onto the dying coals, and the flames roared back to life, bathing the clearing in light. That's when I saw it, standing at the edge of the trees. Its skin was the color of wet ash, and its limbs were far too long. The eyes, those weren't eyes at all, just black, hollow pits. It didn't move like a person. It slid sideways, never blinking, never breaking eye contact. I asked, "What is that thing?"
Something that isn't supposed to notice us, but you. You said its name back in the tent, didn't you?
I realized with horror. I had whispered, "What the hell was that?" after it spoke to me. I had answered it. The thing inched closer. Nightmare stepped between us, gripping the hatchet. Then again he said,
Shadro, when I tell you, run toward the trail. Don't look back.
"And you?"
Just run.
The creature let out a low grinding sound, like stone on stone, and then lunged. Nightmare swung the hatchet, catching it in the shoulder. It didn't bleed, just hissed like steam escaping from a pipe. Then again he said,
Go.
I ran. My lungs burned, my legs screaming in protest as branches tore at my clothes. Behind me, I could hear Nightmare's footsteps, and something else chasing close behind. We burst out onto the trail and he grabbed my arm, yanking me into a dead sprint until we reached the car. He slammed the doors shut just as something slammed into the side, rocking it hard enough to make the tires lift. Then, silence. We drove the whole way back without saying a word. It wasn't until we hit the edge of town that Nightmare finally spoke.
Next time I say don't listen to it, you don't listen to it.
You think it's still out there? He stared straight ahead.
Things like that don't stay in one place for long.
And that was the last night I ever dared to set foot in those woods. Some forests never forget the people who walk into them. And sometimes they follow you home. If you like this story, stick close to the campfire. There are more things waiting in the dark, and you might want to hear them before they hear you.